Hello, everybody, and welcome all of you on Unacademy. I hope you all are enjoying your Christmas, and Unacademy wishes you a Merry Christmas from all of us. Well, let us learn something even on Christmas. Today, I have got a very interesting topic. Well, besides grammar, besides your all those tricky questions, I'm going to be sharing a little interesting stuff today that you can use, that you can enjoy, and also learn. Let me tell you what that is in a little while. But first, let me welcome you formally on Unacademy, which caters to the needs of all the 9th and 10th CBSE students who aspire to crack their 9th and 10th examination with the access to unlimited live and recorded courses from India's best educators. Well, having said that, let me formally introduce myself. I am Tasneem Ahmed, and I have completed my master's, my MPhil in English, and also been certified in TESOL, and I have trained 1,000 plus students. I also have enough of experience in teaching English. Therefore, be rest assured when it comes to English, learning English from me. And here is the topic of the day. What did I tell you I'm going to be teaching today? Well, on the eve of Christmas, sorry, not eve, Christmas celebrations, we are celebrating Christmas with a few sentences or phrases which you can use in your communicative English. You can learn these, you can flaunt these statements with your friends and tell them how good you are in English, right? You can do that in a little while, but first let me tell you what you will get on Unacademy. Well, for starters, you have daily live classes, you have live tests and quizzes, you have structured courses, you have unlimited access. Once you become the subscriber of Unacademy, you get the access to all our live and recorded courses from to watch from the comfort of your I'm sorry, to watch from the comfort of any of your devices anytime you want, and also you can access any grade syllabus you want to access. You can also connect with us on Telegram channel. Well, you will all you have to do is download the application and type this link. If you are in 10th, type 10th. If you are in 9th, then type 9th, and you will be connected with us on Telegram channel. Well, to access or to subscribe to Unacademy, you first will have to download the Unacademy Learning app from your App Store or your Play Store. Once having done that, you'll have to look for Manage Goals and okay. And then you'll have to select any one of the goal that you are planning to select. And because you are 9th and you are in 10th, you can go for any one of these. And then once you do that, you will be taken to this page, and there you can select any one of the subscriptions that are offered by Unacademy. Well, Unacademy offers you many number of subscriptions starting from 1 month to 48 months. Well, the advantage of these courses, this longer duration, is that each course comes with a maximum amount of discount. Well, not just that. If you use the code TA01, if you use the code TA01, well, in that case, you get additional 10% of discount on the existing discount that's been offered by Unacademy. That's the plus thing. Use my code TA01 and make sure you are availing that extra 10% discount on the course that you pick from. Well, besides this, you also have Iconic subscription, which comes from 6 months, 48 months, of course, just like the way we have the other subscription. But the difference between these two courses is that subscription, not courses. Subscription is that this particular subscription comes with a mentor. The other one is just a subscription alone where you can access all the courses and live classes, but then this, along with the live classes, along with the courses given offered by Unacademy, you will also be given a personal mentor to yourself. So that is what is called as Iconic subscription. Again, do not forget to use my code, which is going to give you additional 10% of discount on whichever the course you're deciding to take. Having said that, you can also unlock free content with my code. Well, the procedure is same. You'll have to download the application, that is Unacademy Learning app. Then you got to log in, select a goal, menu button, go to special, and then invite code. And the code is, of course, use this code and you can unlock free content with my code, that is TA01. Having said that, let us jump straight into the topic. That is, speak better with these phrases. Now, let me tell you how you can, in fact, speak. Well, supposing if somebody comes to you and asks you a question, like how are you or how are you doing? How do you respond to that? Well, you need to respond by saying, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How are you doing? This should be your response because when somebody takes the effort, when someone is putting in the extra effort of asking you how you are doing, then it's only polite to answer them with a polite answer, right? I hope you agree to this. Therefore, you will respond to them like this. What are you going to respond to them as? I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How are you doing? Well, that's going to be the apt or correct or polite way of responding to somebody who takes extra effort in asking us about our well being. So, how are you? Well, I hope you are responding as I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How are you doing? I hope you have done that, you have understood that. Let us now learn the other ways of saying how we are doing. Well, I'm doing very well. I'm all right. I'm doing just fine. I'm better than yesterday. So kind of you to have asked. Thank you so much. Well, do not forget to add thank you at the end. You can use these phrases. You can say, I'm doing very well. Thank you. Or you can say, I'm all right. Thank you. Or you can say, I'm doing just fine. Thank you. Or you can also say, I'm better than yesterday. Thank you so much for asking. Or you can say, so kind of you to have asked. Thank you so much. Or you can also say, I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. I hope you're doing fine too. You can add like this, I hope you are doing fine too. Try adding this statement at the end. This is the polite way of responding to somebody when they ask about your well being. Having said that, let's now move on to responding the other way or ways of saying doing good. Well, what else can you say? You can also say, how are you doing? Well, you can also say, I am fit as a fiddle. Or you can also say, well, couldn't be better. Thanks, or thanks for asking. Or you can say, not bad, thanks. Or you can also say, all right, thanks. Or you can also say, very well, thanks, or thank you. Well, these are one worded answers, but you can also say that. But I would still say stick to the previous one that is going to be polite, formal, and kind. These are okay with your friends in your informal gatherings. In your informal gatherings where you will in fact be connecting with your friends in that particular situation, you really don't need to be formal. So in that particular situation, supposing if your friend is like, hey buddy, what's up, how you doing, then you'll be like, not bad, thanks. Or you can say, all right, thanks, very well, thank you. Or you can say, fit as a fiddle, couldn't be better, thank you. You can use these phrases in your informal gatherings when you are amongst your friends. Having said that, let's go to the next usage. That is, how do you thank somebody? How do you thank somebody? Well, you can say, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Somebody has done something. It's a moment you have to thank them. How do you do that? Well, you can say, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Or you can say, I really appreciate your help. Thank you so much. Or you can say, that's very thoughtful. Thank you so much. Or thank you. You can also say, that's very thoughtful of you. That's very thoughtful of you. Thank you. Or you can also say, that's very kind of you. Thank you. Or you can also say, that's very considerate of you. Thank you. Or you can also say, thanks for doing this. I owe you one. Or you can also say, I will never be able to repay you for what you have done. Thank you so much. Well, ignore my um, way of writing you. It's not you, but then it's you. So these are the different ways of responding to somebody when they have actually done something. This is a way of offering your gratitude to somebody. What do you say? Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate your help. That's very thoughtful of you. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Thank you. That's very considerate of you. Thank you. Thanks for doing this. I owe you one. I will never be able to repay you for what you've done. Thank you so much. But when you're thanking somebody, don't you think it should come from deep down and it should be genuine? And I'm pretty sure these sentences are going to help you show how genuinely you are thanking the other person. Trust me, learn these, use these in your conversation, and make sure you are thanking somebody genuinely. All right. Now let us move on to the next one, which says how to apologize. Apologize as in asking sorry. How do you ask sorry to somebody? Well, the decent way is I'm really sorry, that was my mistake. Accept and offer your apology. You say, I'm really sorry, that was my mistake. Then you would say, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. Or you can also say, I'm really sorry. That's not what I meant to say. Supposing you have said something and the other person is hurt. And in this particular situation, you can say, I'm really sorry. That's not what I meant to say. Or you can also say, yeah, now let us learn about the formal apology. Formal apology, these are okay with in your informal gathering. Informal gathering, as in when you are amongst your friends, when you're talking to your friends, and you'll have to say these things. It's okay when you are with your friends. These phrases or these statements will do. But a formal apology, as in when you are in a formal situation, then I would suggest go with these sentences like my apologies for being late. Now, assuming you are late for your class, how would you say that? And your teacher has been waiting for you. So, how would you apologize to your teacher? It is a formal situation, right? So, you would say, my apologies for being late. Or you would say, my apologies for having said that. Supposing if you are being rude to somebody who is older than you or whoever that is. It doesn't mean that age shouldn't be a concern. You have said something and it's a formal gathering, and then you could say, my apologies for having said that. Or you can also say, you can also apologize by saying, my apologies for being that blunt, but it needs to be said. Well, this is a situation, assuming you are in a meeting and something needs to be said, and you are sure that the other person is going to be hurt or offended by something that you are going to say. So you are apologizing prior, you are apologizing before even saying those words. And you will say, my apologies for being that blunt, but it needs to be said, right? Or you can also say, pardon me for my misdemeanor. Here you are, in fact, behaving in a little, misdemeanor, as in you are misbehaving or you are not behaving appropriately the way you are supposed to behave. So you apologize in a very formal manner. You say, pardon me for my misdemeanor. Or you can also say, my bad. My bad is subtly apologizing. My bad is subtly apologizing somebody. You wouldn't say I'm sorry, you wouldn't say my apologies without bringing the word apologize or sorry. You say my bad. This is for, just if in case you don't really say the word sorry there, but still when you say my bad, it means that you're accepting it's your fault and you're apologizing. So my bad. So these are the sentences that are going to help you in apologizing. Try them, use them, try to use them at least 7 times so that you wouldn't forget it. All right. Having said that, let's move on to the next one. That is, yeah. How, while asking for an opinion, you need an opinion from somebody, and how would you ask for an opinion? Well, you could say, what do you think about it? Or you can also say, how does that sound? Or you can also say, what do you say? What do you say we go out for dinner? Or you can also say, what do you say we go out for movies? Well, the only change over here is dinner and movies. You can switch your nouns over here based on what you are trying to ask. What do you say we go out for dinner? What do you say we go out for movies? Or you can say, what are your thoughts about me starting my own business? Now, here you are asking your opinion, your friend or whoever that is you are posing this question to. You are asking the other person's opinion over here, and you are saying very officially or very formally, you are asking this question. What are your thoughts about me starting my own business? Or you can also say, what is your opinion about my new bike? Or you can also ask as, what are your views about it? It could be anything. You can fill in the blank over here. It could be anything. Or you can also say, what are your findings about this? So you can ask any one of these given statements if you want to ask somebody's opinion. You can also say, what are your views about my dress? What are your views? Now, for example, I need your opinion based on this video. You can say, I could ask you like this. What are your views about this video? What are your findings about this video? What is your opinion about my video? What are your thoughts about my communicative English video? Well, do let me know your opinion in the comment section down below. All right. Now let us move on and learn the next thing, which is offering your opinions. What we learned earlier was asking for opinions. Here, you express your opinion, and that would be like this. That sounds perfect. Or you can say, that sounds like a plan. Supposing if somebody has asked you a question, what do you think? Like in our previous video, in our previous slide, there was a question which said, what do you think about movies this week? Or what was that we learned? Yeah, what do you say we go out for dinner? Or what do you say we go out for movies? For this, you can respond with the second one, that is, that sounds like a plan, which means you are trying to accept, you're trying to say your opinion, like, oh, why not? I would love to. Come on, let's go ahead and plan and schedule and fix it and let's go out for movies. So you can respond to that as, that sounds like a plan. Or in other situations, you can offer your opinions like, that looks amazing. Or you can also say, that sounds good. Or you can also say, in my opinion, it is a perfect plan. Or you can, yeah, in my opinion, it is a perfect plan. In case if you are trying to offer a different negative opinion, you can also say, instead of perfect, you can say, that sounds terrible. Or that sounds horrible. You can use these words, or you can also say that doesn't look so well, or you can also say that doesn't sound so good. You can also say that doesn't sound so good. So you can use these statements to offer your opinion about something or someone. More ways of offering your opinions. Other ways could be, if I were you, I would accept that offer. Now, you're sharing your opinion with somebody about something, about accepting an offer. Your friend or whoever that is hasn't accepted. So you are telling, if I were you, I would accept that offer. Or you would say, if you ask me, I would say, why not? Or you can also say, my thoughts are quite different from his, though. Now, these are quite formal ways. These are quite formal ways of expressing your opinion. So you could say, my thoughts are quite different from his, though. Or you can say, let me warn you, my views on the subject are not very similar to yours. This is too professional and too formal. You can say, let me warn you, my views on the subject are not very similar to yours. Or you can also say, that isn't a great idea. That doesn't sound good at all. That sounds idiotic. That sounds terrible. That sounds horrible. These are the different ways of offering your opinions. All right. It might take a little while for you to develop these, to remember these statements, but then trust me, with enough of practice and with enough of usage, you definitely will be able to remember these phrases or sentences. The next one is how to decline an invitation. Well, Somebody has invited you for something and you need to decline that particular invitation. How could you do that? In informal situations, you can use these phrases like, oh, please spare me the trouble. I really don't want to come to a movie with you. I'm really busy. Or you can also say, no, thanks. I'm good. I can make it. I'm already busy. I'm already swamped with my work. Or you can say, I can't. I'm sorry. I'm going to be busy. Or you can also say, I will have to take a rain check on it. Well, when you say rain check, it means that you are interested in, let us say your friend comes to you and asks you if you want to go to a movie this weekend, and you are actually busy that particular weekend. So you are going to be like, you want to go to the movie, but not this weekend, and you want to go to the movie probably next week. So you are not saying no here. You are not declining it altogether, but instead you are saying no for this particular moment, but then you are telling the person that you would like to go another day. You are not declining, but you are asking the person, telling the person that you will go with them on a different day. So that's what it means when you say take a rain check. How do we say that? We say, I will have to take a rain check on it. You say, want to go to the movies this weekend? Oh, no, I'm really busy this weekend. I will have to take a rain check on it. That's how you respond. Now, in formal situations, how do you decline an invitation? Well, you can say, I will have to take a rain check on it. This statement, which we just learned a few seconds ago, can also be used in formal situations or in informal situations. Again, if somebody invites you for something, you can respond, you can politely decline it by saying, I will have to take a rain check on it. Or you can say, I'm afraid I can't accept your invitation. Afraid over here means you're not scared of anything, but instead you are trying to be polite over here and trying to tell the person that you cannot make it. And you say, how do you say that? You say, I'm afraid I can't accept your invitation. Or you can also say, I'm afraid I can't make it tomorrow. Or you can say, I'm afraid it won't be possible some other day, perhaps. Well, it's more like, saying, I'll take a rain check on it. So rather saying rain check, you are saying some other day, perhaps. I'm afraid it won't be possible some other day, perhaps. That's the way to decline an invitation without hurting the other person's feelings very politely. All right? Now let us move on to the next one, that is accepting an invitation. How do you accept an invitation? Well, you can say, sounds like a plan. Or you would say, certainly, I would love to. You want to go to the movies this weekend? Certainly, I would love to. Or, of course, I would love that very much. Of course, it will be an honor. Okay. Honor to the movies will not be okay, but then if supposing let us say if your teacher asks you to present something to the class, a speech on something, and she would be like, would you mind giving a speech? And you'll be like, of course, it will be an honor. Or you can say, it will be a pleasure, or it will be my pleasure. You can change the determiner accordingly. You can either use an, a, or you can also use my. Of course, it will be an honor. Of course, it will be a pleasure. That's how you accept invitation. Now, how do you express anger? These are interesting statements. How do you express anger? Well, pay attention. You could say, don't don't get on my nerves. Well, pardon if I'm not being too angry because I'm just pretending to be angry, but then I know. Try using these statements if you really aren't angry. I use this statement a lot to my son, in fact, because he keeps getting on my nerves often. So I keep telling him this very often. I'm like, don't get on my nerves. Or I'll say, stop getting on my nerves. Or you could also say, you are driving me up the wall. I have had it up to here with you. Stop being a pain in the neck. I'm sick and tired of this. I'm fed up with it. Was I too angry? I hope not. Well, that's how we say it when we are angry, right? Pretty much the same or pretty much less, whatever, however you react. I don't know how you react, but then trust me, these statements, when you're angry, try. You need to be angry properly, right? I hope you agree with that. Even if it is in English, you need to be able to express your anger properly in English. Therefore, you can use these statements. Let's go again at them. Don't get on my nerves. Stop getting on my nerves. You are driving me up the wall. I have had it up to here with you. Stop being a pain in the neck. I'm sick and tired of this. I'm fed up with it. Did I do that correctly? Okay. Let us take a few more examples of expressing anger. You could say, stop testing my patience, or you could say, stop annoying me, or you could say, stop irritating me. You could use these to your brothers and sisters, I'm pretty sure, because we do use these a lot when we are with our brothers and sisters. Therefore, you can use these with your brothers or sisters. Or you can also say, what has gotten into you today? Why are you troubling me so much? This also, you could use it for your either for your brother or your sister. So make sure you're using these next time because I'm one thing that I'm certain of that the fights that we have with our siblings, right? So you can use these statements with them starting from today. All right. How to say that it's boring? How do you say that? Well, let me tell you how. I can't say that I find it intriguing. Or you can also say, I can't say that I find it interesting. You're being very polite over here. You're not being rude. You're like, oh my God, it's really boring. You don't say that. But then you are being very polite and you are still trying to say that you're not liking it and you're finding it very boring. So in that situation, you could say, I can't say that I find it intriguing, or I can't say that I find it interesting. I'm afraid I don't share your enthusiasm. Or you can say, I can't see what all the fuss is about. Or you can say, why is everyone or everybody? And you can say, you can switch with everyone or anybody. I'm sorry, everybody. So you can say, why is everybody going bonkers over this? Or you can also say, why are you going gaga about it? Or gaga over it. You can also say over here, all right? You can also say over. And then you can also say, it bores me to tears. So these are a few ways of saying how boring um, something is for you. Let us repeat. I can't say that I find it intriguing. I can't say that I find it interesting. Or, I'm afraid I don't share your enthusiasm. Or, I can't see what all the fuss is about. Why is everyone going bonkers over this? Why are you going gaga over it? It bores me to tears. So, those are quite a few ways of expressing your boredom. All right. Now, let us see what can we possibly say to criticize somebody, to offer your criticism to somebody. Well, you can start with saying, what a total disaster you were. You can add a little something here. What a total disaster you were. That was a bit uncalled for. You shouldn't have done that. That was a bit uncalled for. Or you can say, what were you thinking? Or you can also say, that wasn't very clever. That was a dumb move. That was a lame move. That wasn't very clever. Or you can also say, why on earth did you do that? Or you can also say, if I were you, I wouldn't do that ever again. These are few ways of expressing your criticism or to express your disapproval. Express your disapproval. What can we possibly say? We can say, what a total disaster. Or you can say, that was a bit uncalled for. Or, what were you thinking? That was a lame move. That wasn't very clever at all. Why on earth did you do that? If I were you, I wouldn't do that ever again. Yep. Next is how to express not feeling well. You're not feeling well, you need to say that. Somebody asks you, what happened? Are you not feeling well? And you would say, I'm not keeping all that well at all. You can add at all. All right? Or you can say, I'm feeling a bit under the weather today or tomorrow. I mean, depending upon I am, you can make it as I was. So you can make it as past tense and you can make it as yesterday if required. I was feeling a bit under the weather yesterday, last night, or whenever. I am feeling a bit under the weather today. Much the same as yesterday. How are you doing? Oh, not so well. How are you doing? Not too great, you see. How are you doing? I'm holding up there. How are you doing? I feel pretty awful. Did I do that correctly? Well, these are a few ways of expressing or telling somebody that you're not doing well. Let's go again at it. I'm not keeping all that well. I'm feeling a bit under the weather today. Much the same as yesterday. Not so well, not too great. I'm holding up there. I feel pretty awful. So these are a few sentences that you can use in your communicative English. Do use them, memorize them if you have to, but make sure you're using them. Trust me, with these phrases, with these sentences, your English is gonna rock for sure. Well, that's all for today. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas again. Happy holidays. Enjoy your Christmas and let's walk into New Year with a great positivity. And do like the video and also subscribe to my channel and also use my code which is TA01. Do not forget this code. Make sure you're using this code. Make sure you are sharing this with your friends and cousins or family members, whoever is on Unacademy. Having said that, have a good day. See you all. Bye bye.